Alright, so moving on from links, we're going to look at HTML entities. So what are HTML entities? Well, really, they're a way of displaying symbols on your page. So let's say, for example, that we were writing a website teaching people how to code, to show them how to put a link into their web pages. Well, then we'd need to be able to show them the A tag. So something like that to start off with. But of course, if we try and display that on our page, nothing appears. And in fact, even if we just have an A tag on its own, like that, the browser won't display it because it thinks it's a bit of a link. So to get around that problem, and indeed to display any character we want, we use HTML entities. Now, it requires knowing the specific code for the character that you want to display. I wouldn't recommend learning these. I'd recommend just remembering that you can Google HTML entities, and then you've got a big list of all the ones that you want. So I'm going to go for the top result here, W3 Schools, as we saw before, because it lists some of the most common ones. So you can see first off how we get these entities. So they all have an and symbol at the beginning, and then either a name or a number. And you can use either. I generally go for the name because it's a little bit easier to work out what it is, rather than remembering what all the entity numbers are. So if we wanted to display this, then we want a less than sign first off, which is and then less than, and then a semicolon there. So I would just replace that with the and symbol, so Shift 7 on most keyboards, I think. And then you can see very helpfully, my text editor actually predicts them for me. So I could get them there. If yours doesn't, that's fine. We can just type them in. So less than, LT, and then a colon there. So very quick challenge. Can you replace this symbol, the greater than symbol, with the appropriate entity name? Hope you managed it. It's simply and then greater than, and then colon. You can see it goes orange here because it recognizes that that's an HTML entity. Let's have a look then. Finally, we've got what we wanted, which was this A tag there. And then of course we could add the href equals http google.com, something like that, if we wanted to, and then that would all appear very nicely. But HTML entities are not just for coding symbols. We can use them to put copyright symbols in our web pages, currency symbols, and a bunch more as well. If we want to see all of the different entities that we can use, that second link there has them all, and there are many different entities that we might want to use. Alright, so now you know how to add characters and other symbols to your web pages. In the next video, we'll look at something really powerful, and that's including content from other websites in your web page. You can actually do that really easily using iframes.